What's up, everybody? I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw, yeah! And we're back in the Joe Fixit saga, and at last, it is picking it up. I was having my doubts, but Joe Fixit is here, and he's ready to rule the roost in the Incredible Hulk issue 332, or part 8 of our Joe Fixit saga. Yes, the Grey Hulk is loose, and he's teamed up with Stearns, aka the leader. And now Grey Hulk is angry. He's smashing the rest of the equipment, trying to get Banner out, trying to figure out how to use Banner's mind in order to fix this, because he's made a deal with the leader. Although he's the Hulk now, at sunrise he will turn back to Banner, and he's made an agreement with Stearns to turn him back into the leader in exchange for him being the Hulk 24 hours a day. Stearns tells him not to destroy the rest of the equipment, they need it. But the Grey Hulk grabs him in his anger and says that he doesn't need anyone. Why does he need this little pipsqueak now? Especially one with no power in his head. He's just an average human. And he's wondering how he went from the leader to what he is now. The leader goes on to explain that as he turned in and out from being a human, the Hulk, that his powers were starting to wane. He noticed it with momentary lapses of concentration. Then books that he read he couldn't understand. Then he forgot the security code to his own fortress. He became basically homeless and destitute, having to take different jobs and tracking the Hulk down in hopes of finding a way to rejuvenate his brain. And now the Hulk asks, well, why should I help you? And he says, I'll make you. And the Hulk has a good laugh. Now, this guy, this Razor Ramon knockoff, who apparently is married to Betty Brant in one way or the other, tries to get in. And he goes, hey, Chico, I got a knife. And that's something you don't really do in the, when you're in the military. And a bunch of these guys have guns. This guy kicks the crap out of him, and that's pretty much that. Meanwhile, Thunderbolt's replacement, after getting his ass handed to him by Rick Jones, the Green Hulk, discovers that Rick Jones is the Green Hulk, but not the Grey Hulk. Kind of confusing. Follow me on it if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, he gets a gun with antimantine bullets. He decides he's going to kill everyone. He grabs himself a nice bunch of guns, a little floating Professor X chair, and takes off. Meanwhile, our good psychiatrist here, Dr. Sampson, is realizing what this guy's going to do. And he has to stop him. Even though he's been in the hospital, he got attacked by an alien parasite. He got knocked out. But he has to stop him from killing Rick. Because Rick's basically a good guy, and everyone loves Rick, even though he was the catalyst for all this to happen. He was the kid out there stupid enough to play his harmonica. Bruce had to go out there and save him, and boom, he became the Hulk. So even though he's a good guy, he's kind of stupid. Meanwhile, Rick's wandering in the desert, kind of following his Zen, saying there's something out there calling out to him in the desert, and he's walking to it, while Bruce is stuck, beating his fist against the wall. He knows that he's in a lab somewhere, a lab that he built. And he's wondering how he's going to get out of this and what he's going to do. Meanwhile, Rick is just moving towards that feeling that he's had. But the tank catches up with him. And Thunderbolt's replacement, Laquette, I think his name is just blasting with that big old tank. And he's trying to kill Rick Jones before he becomes the Hulk. Which is kind of a smart move. I mean, I guess the Hulkbusters never really tried this before. But this guy's getting set too. I mean, he's lit fit, and he damn sure ain't taking no shit. And he's coming through with that blaster, that override switch. So he's just getting ready to run him over, blast him, do what he needs to do, turn him into a can of paste, goo. And the moment that big tank's about to bring it down, Dr. Sampson jumps in and saves him. Dr. Sampson tells Rick to run because Sampson's powers work day and night. Unlike these two Hulks that their powers seem to come at sunset. So Sampson takes care of the situation, and instead of killing this guy, since he's a psychiatrist, sort of, he kind of picks him up and reasons with him. I don't know why, but still he does. I can't believe that guy's actually a psychiatrist. Man, I wonder if Howard Duck could get a degree. Anyways, Banner's sitting there wondering what's happening, and this is where he discovers it's a dream. And the Grey Hulk is just grabbing onto him. He's taking over him, mind, body, and soul. Basically, he's taking the personality and temporarily taking everything that Banner is, especially his mind. I love how he just eats it, and he gets the information he needs. Now, Keep in mind, this won't last forever. They will separate again in the Grey Hulk's mind. But all he needs is that information temporarily in order to fix the Ray, in order to help the leader, so the leader can help him. Whew, man, that's convoluted. Anyways, Betty's sitting there in that horrible SHIELD uniform. I don't know why they wear those. And this guy goes, "Hey, Chico, you are my wife." And she just hangs up the phone. You know, she ain't having none of this. This fake-ass Mexican. Anyways, back to the lecture at hand. You know, Rick is there, and this is all part of the Grey Hulk's plan. And Rick is lured into a false sense of security. And I want you to keep this in mind. This Grey Hulk may not be as strong as the Green Hulk is, but he's smarter, he's sinister, and he knows how to work with what he has. Of course, Rick gets a few shots in, you know, he throws them here and there. But this is all part of the Hulk's plan as he gets up and he starts to run. Now, this is uncharacteristic of both Joe Fixit and the Hulk. But Rick is so far into himself because he has no training yet on how to control himself while he's the Hulk. He jumps right in, and he's just being lured right into a trap. And the Grey Hulk is just toying with him. He's just laying the smack down, slapping him around, beating the brakes off of him, and just luring him into one place or another. And we find out what that is. Stearns is strapped to the machine. The Green Hulk jumps in, and that is the last thing they need in order to get this going and kick off the leader's mind greed, if you know what I'm saying. You know, they got to plant that seed, you know, with a little gamma-invested light. So he does what's right. He fires that laser beam, and it seems that between the seams, you know, that one person is losing their gamma radiation, and it's going into Stern. And this is the point to bring him back to the leader so the Grey Hulk can have his turn to burn in the sunlight, if you know what I'm saying, instead of being Banner. Anyways, Rick turns back into Rick, and the leader turns back into the leader, but something's wrong. The machine is overloaded, and basically they had to put it back together with paper clips, bell wire, and a prayer. So the beam explodes. Rick says, "We got to get out of here." The Grey Hulk leaves them there. It explodes. So what happened to the leader and everyone else? Well, we'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.